Hello folks, welcome to one more round of class on time and work in the series of basics to advanced. We'll be doing one bunch of PYQ questions for the class. We'll understand what type of question comes. This is going to be a sample of all the time and work questions that has come in the recent past. So without any further ado, let's solve a few questions and get comfortable with the topic. Right, we're going to do a few questions. Start with the first one. As usual, I'll give you a minute to snap it. And then here we solve. Look at the question here. Sam can complete a job in 20 days when working alone. Mohit is twice as fast as Sam and thrice as fast as Aina in the same job. They undertake a job with an arrangement where Sam and Mohit together work on the first day, Sam Aina on the second day, Mohit Aina on the third day, and this 3-day pattern is repeated till the work gets completed. Then the fraction of total work done by Sam is. I've seen repetitive cycle in the previous video itself. In case if you have missed it, go revisit it so that you'll get more comfort with this question. I want to say Sam can do a task in 20 days. Mohit is twice as fast as Sam, which means he will take half the time. Double the efficiency, half the time. So Mohit will finish the task in 10 days. Mohit is twice as fast as Sam and thrice as fast as Aina, which means Aina would have taken 3 times the time, right? So that will be A is equal to 30 days. Let's say total work is LCM of all the 3 values, 60 units. So Sam can do 3 units per day. Aina can do 6 units per day. Sorry, Mohit can do 6 units per day. Aina can do 2 units per day. So the agreement is to that arrangement is Sam and Mohit work on the first day. So there is a cycle here. First day, second day, third day, fourth, fifth, sixth. I'm going to look at it this way. So first day it is Sam and Mohit, SM. Second day it is Sam, Aina, SA. Third day Mohit, Aina. Again it's the same. SM, SA, and the cycle repeats. Right. So Sam and Mohit work, they would finish 9 units in one day. So 9 units over. Next, Sam and Aina can do 5 units in a day. So they do 5 and I will finish 14. Mohit and Aina can do 8 units. So that will take me to 22. Again, Sam, Mohit 9, Sam, Aina 5, Mohit, Aina 8. So this will be 31. This will be 36. This will be 40. Again, I'll notice that for every 3 days, we are forming a pattern here. That's a cycle. So I can say this to be one cycle. So again, one cycle is equal to 3 days here. And that gives me 22 units. For every end of a cycle, I get 22 units. So I put it to 6 days. I get 44 units. And notice that the total work itself is only 60 units. So on the 7 days, at the end of 7 days, I would have gotten one more 9 units. That will take it to 53. The end of 8 days, I have gotten another 5 units. That will take it to 58. On the 9th day, the total work is 60 units. I still need 2 more units, which means only 1/4 of a day will be taken. So the total time will be 8 days and then 1/4 of a day, 8.25 days. I would have loved to had the question been how much time would have they taken, but the question they ask is the fraction of total work done by Sam is. So how many days did Sam work? Sam is capable of doing 3 units in a day, but how many days did he work? He worked on the first day, worked on the second day, worked on the 4th day, worked on the 5th day. He would have worked on the 7th day and the 8th day as well. Every time I get 9 units and 5 units, I have Sam sitting in it. So he has worked on 6 different days, giving us 3 units every day. So what would be the work done by him? Sam would have done 18 units out of the entire 60 units. We can cancel this off in 6 beautifully. This will be 3, this will be 10. That's 3/10 of the work, or we can call it 30%. That depends on the option. The fraction of work done, they should give us a fraction. I don't have the fraction here. Or you will simply say 30%. Either ways, the answer is right. Nice question every time you look at cyclic pattern. It's lengthy, but definitely an easy question to solve. Right? We'll move on to the next question now. Again, I'll step aside for a minute. And here we solve. Amal and Viml together can complete a task in 150 days. While Viml and Sunil together can complete the same task in 100 days. Amal starts working on the task, works 75 days. Then Viml takes over and works 135 days. Finally, Sunil takes over and completes the remaining task in 45 days. So we have 3 different conditions given for the total work. If Amal had started the task alone and worked on all days, Viml worked on every second day, Sunil worked on every third day. Then the number of days required to complete the task. Once again, cyclic pattern, but then slightly lengthy. We still have to figure out what is the total time, individual efficiency. Let's do this. Amal and Viml together can do it in 150 days. So A plus V, I'm going to take yellow, stuck with yellow all the way. A plus V is equal to 150 days. V plus S, Sunil, right, can do the same task in 100 days. So I'm going to say total work is 300 units. This is 2 units per day. This is 3 units per day. You can have it that way. Now, A and V together for 150 days, the job gets over. V and S working for 100 days, the job gets over. There is one more condition that says 75 days of Amal, 75 days of Amal plus Viml takes over for 135 days, 135 D, sorry, 135 Viml plus 45 Sunil. This will also give us 300 units, right? So if A and V can together work for 150 days to complete 300 units, we can write that equation as 150A plus 150V is equal to 300. Why? A is efficiency, V is V's efficiency. 150 times of A plus 150 times of V will give you 300 units. Similarly, here I can say 100V plus 100S is equal to 300. This will also be the total work. This is also the total work. I have 3 equations. I have 3 variables. We can happily solve it. From here, I can say divide this entire thing by 150. You will get A plus V is equal to 2. Or here we can say 75A plus 75V is equal to, multiplying it by 75 and 75, this will become 150. This is simply multiplying this by 75 and then substituting it here. This will give us minus, cancel this off. 60V plus 45S is equal to 150. Now we have this equation. From here we know that V plus S is equal to 3. V plus S is equal to 3 units. I'm going to multiply this by either 60 or 45. Let's multiply this by 45 into 45. This will give you 45V plus 45S is equal to 135. 3 into 45 is 135. So solve for this equation now. Minus gets cancelled off. 15V is equal to 15. V is equal to 1 unit per day. If V is 1 unit per day, V plus S is 3 units per day. I know that. From here I can say S is equal to 2 units per day. Once again, if V is 1 unit per day, A and V together can do 2 units per day. From here I can say A is equal to 1 unit. right? We have A is equal to 1, V is equal to 1, S is equal to 2. On each day, this is what they can do. Now we'll go to the condition. Let me write it down here. A is equal to 1, V is equal to 1, S is equal to. Amal started the work and worked on all days. On all the days, Amal has worked. Viml worked on every second day. He works on 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th, and so on. Sunil worked on every third day. Sunil works on 3rd, 6th, 9th, 12th, and so on. Once again, we have to look for a pattern. I noticed that every day, every second day, every third day, I can look for the LCM of 1, 2, and 3, that is 6, which means for every 6 days, we can build a cycle. What do I mean by that? If I have day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If you look at this, Amal would have worked on all days. Viml worked on every second day. So Viml works here 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Sunil worked on every third day. S, 6 here S, 9 here S, 12 here is S. If you notice, you will see the same pattern repeating here. You might have to work on that to find out the LCM. Rather than writing the entire part, you might have to figure out what is the cyclic pattern. Now I know for every 6 days, the cycle repeats. So what is one cycle capable of giving us once again? Amal can do 1. So instead of A, we can write them all to be 1. Viml is 1, Sunil is 2. Amal is capable of giving us 1 every day. Viml gives 1 every second day. Sunil gives 2 every third day. So this is 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 4. I add this. 1, 2, 3 is 6. 1, 2, 4 is 7. 6. 13 units per cycle. That's it. Now I know it is 13 units every cycle, and every cycle is 6 days. So I can say 6 days is equal to 13 units. I have to go to 300 units because that is our assumed total work. We need to go to that. I'm going to 313 more than 20 times. So 120 days, that will be 260 units because into 20 into 20, right? So for every 6 days, I'll get 13 units. From here, I'm going to add 13, 13, 13. So 126 days, 273. 132 days, 286. 138 days, 299. 23 cycles done. 21, 22, 23 cycles done. I'm looking at the 139th day, it will be A working. So on 139 days, I would have getting plus 1 goes to 300 units. And my job is over exactly on the 139th day. And that should be our answer. The question is, then the total number of days required to complete the task would have been 139 days. Once again, a nice question when it comes to cyclic pattern, but tricky because there is a sitting added layer at the beginning where we find the individual efficiencies before you solve for this. So be keen on the data, what you look at before you solve, right? We'll move on to the next question. Again, I'll step aside for a moment. And here we solve. Gautam and Suhani working together can finish a job in 20 days. If Gautam does only 60% of his usual work on a day, Suhani must do 150% of her usual work on the same day, on the day to exactly make up for it. So whatever Gautam does not do, Suhani does that extra. Gautam does not do 40% of the work, Suhani has to compensate that by doing 50% extra of her work. Or from here we can say 40% of Gautam is equal to 50% of Suhani. Think about it that way straight away. Gautam plus Suhani for 20 days is the task. If Gautam works at 60% efficiency, Suhani has to do 150% of the efficiency. Gautam does not do 40% of his work. Suhani does 50% extra of her work, or simply equating them both, 40% of Gautam is equal to 50% of Suhani. This is by logic. If you are struggling to catch up with this, we would say G plus S is equal to 20. Now, this is as same as 0.6 G plus 1.5 S. 40% less of Gautam, 50% more of Suhani. They still finish the work in 20 days. You equate it, you will get 0.4 G is equal to 0.5. Solving for this, this is what you would get. Or I'm straight away saying this now. Or from here we can say 4G is equal to 5S. G is to S is equal to 5. So the efficiency ratio is 5 units for Gautam, 4 units for Suhani. From here we can find total work. Total work is 20 days of Gautam and Suhani. That will be 20 into 5 plus 4. 180 units is my total work. We have found that. But the question is, then the number of days required by the faster worker to complete the job working alone. Who's the faster worker? Gautam, obviously. He's doing more units. So he's the faster guy here. So if he does the entire 180 units, that bugger would have taken us 36 days to complete the task. Nice question. Simple logic that you can plug in. If you are struggling to cope up with this logical way of doing, write the manual equation before you come here. You end up with the same step, but you have to write one more step for it. Doesn't matter. Do this. If you have gotten comfortable, come here straight away. Right? We'll move on to the next question. I'll again step aside. So let's solve this question. A group of N people worked on a project. They finished 35% of the project by working 7 hours a day for 10 days. Thereafter, 10 people left the group and the remaining people finished the rest of the project in 14 days by working 10 hours a day. Then the value of NS. So we know that N1 D1 H1 by W1 is equal to N2 D2 H2 by W2. I'm simply going to plug in both cases here. So N1, let's call it N people working for 10 days of 7 hours each, finished 35%. The same amount of work will be given for N minus 10. 10 people leave into 14 into 10 divided by 65. These two should be equal, right? So cancel this off 2 times. 35 into 2 is 70. This and this gets cancelled. 7 into 10 is 70. Can cancel this off in 5. This is 13. This is 14. So cross multiply. 13n is equal to 14n minus 140. Goes here. 14n minus 13n is equal to 140, or n is equal to 140. So the question is, then the value of n is 140, and that's our answer. Nice simple question. To realize that this has been a part of the CAT questions is fun. I would probably want to hit this question before I touch down any other question. So keep an eye for all the questions. You don't mark this for review, you go for it straight away, right? We'll move on to the next question, and I'll give you a minute to take a snap, and then let's solve. So question is, Anil can paint a house in 12 days. Barun can paint it in 16 days. Anil, Barun, Chandu undertake to paint the job for 24,000, and the 3 of them together complete the painting in 6 days. If Chandu is paid in proportion to the work done by him, then the amount in INR received by him is. So Anil can do it in 12 days. Barun can do it in 16 days. A plus B plus C together do it in 6 days. So the total work, I'm going to say LCM of 12, 16 and 12, 6, 48 units. So this will be 4 units per day, 3 units per day, 8 units per day. A can do 4 units a day, B can do 3 units a day, A, B, C together can do 8 units a day. From here I can infer that C does 1 unit per day. So their efficiency ratios A is to B is to C is equal to 4 is to 3 is to 1. Why am I accounting for the efficiency ratio? They said they are paid in the proportion of the work done by him. All 3 of them work together for all 6 days. The number of days they worked is equal. So I can simply equate their salary to the ratio of their efficiency. The amount received by Chandu will be 1/8 of 24,000. Cancel this off. This is 3,000. So Chandu's share is equal to 3,000. Simple question to work with. Again, sometimes you realize that the simplest question looks probably the longest, but then in short, when you crack for the answer, it right away falls at your feet. So you have to be keen to look at those questions and then attack them in the first review. Right? That's it for the set of questions from PYQ. Now, in case if you haven't once again joined the Telegram channel, feel free to scan the QRs, hit the channel, join us to know more about every class that we do. Solve every question in time and work. Ensure that you do give some weightage to this because this topic is easy. At the same time, of some importance. You definitely get a question or two every now and then. But it is always safe to have this in the bag before you move on to any class, any other question, any other topic. So ensure that you get this in your bag and hope you do your preparation in a better fashion from. All the best.